But I thought Jeff Sessions had recused himself for any conversations or anything having to do with Comey and the wiretapping and the Russian thing.
The Russian thing specifically.
Right. So how was he called into this to fire the guy who is now, we find out, asking for more money and resources to pursue the Russian involvement and the Trump connections to Russia? He shouldn't have been called, and he shouldn't have been in that meeting. Instead, he's in that meeting when Trump says, I want you guys to come up with some things to fire him. And they do. The next day, he fires them.
Yeah,
Not good.
It's just it's bad. Look, it's bad. And as far as the media is beating up on them and they're saying, well, you said the exact opposite thing just a few months ago. But let's not let it slide here that the media and the left is just as guilty on this. These are people who are now criticizing the Trump administration, and I think rightfully so, for changing their opinion on this guy in a matter of weeks. But they were running a hashtag Fire Comey campaign up until the moment it happened. Yeah. And now they're completely shocked. They can't believe this would ever occur. This is the craziest thing any president has ever done. Yeah. They all wanted it as
they just wanted it
2
for a
days
different
ago.
reason. Right. They just wanted it for a different reason.
The same reason he gave. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the interesting parts of this, and I can't believe
but you know that wasn't true about Donald Trump. That's the problem.
Right, they know it's not real.
If Donald Trump would have fired him for real reasons, if he would have just said, well, I mean, he couldn't have because the problem with Donald Trump is he's a vindictive, I'm sorry to say this, but it's obviously true. He is a guy with very low self-esteem, and he covers it with his bluster. And anyone who stands against him, he wants to destroy. So he feels like this guy doesn't like him, isn't on his side, says bad things about him. I want him out, but it's beyond that. It's not call him into the office and let's do an exit like it should be, which would have been fine. It was fire him while he's giving a speech and humiliate him. That's where Donald Trump crosses the line every single time. He must humiliate anyone who is against him.
Yeah, there is some reporting that they weren't aware he was doing that, which is then that's just incompetence. How do you not know? I mean, how do you let the press get a hold of it if you don't have this letter in his hand? I mean, you send Jared Kushner himself or something to hand deliver this, and until it's in Comey's hand, no one else knows, right?
Yes.
I mean, you got to.
You hand deliver it, and you say the president wants to see you upon your return. That's how it happens.
Yeah. But the other part about this is apparently, and this is again multiple reports from inside the White House, saying that they were very surprised by this reaction. They didn't see it coming. When they thought they would fire Comey and the left would cheer. It would be the right they'd have a problem with. It would be because the left would just cheer.
Being honest, you can't expect people to cheer if you're not being honest. When he said, the problem is, he said the reason why he did it is because of all the things that Hillary Clinton people were saying fire him on. Well, you're on record saying that stuff was great. And your defense is, well, I talk out of both sides of my mouth. There's the election me and the presidential me. That's not good. That's not good. And so what are you going to do? There's no way you can defend that.
To be clear, though, if he did tell the truth and all of that stuff happened, they still would be attacking him for this.
But hold on just a second. That's because his truth is not rooted in any principle.
Is it? I mean, it's also theirs. I mean, the left and the media are going to attack this guy no matter what.
Oh, I agree.
And you can understand and believe that and also be critical of Donald Trump.
But hang on just a second. But you're putting us, because that's where we are, by the way. I'm critical of the press. I'm critical of the left. But I'm tired of preaching to the guys that, hate my guts and aren't going to listen. I'm trying to make a whole new group of people to hate my guts. I'm trying to preach to the people who claim to have our same principles. So we know who the press is. We know who the left is. Now the only question that remains is, who are we? Who are we? And we should be people on principles. And there are many principles, I think, to fire Comey. The biggest one is, look, James, I have to let you go because there are legitimate questions now in the FBI. You're becoming too big of a celebrity, hot potato. That's not good. Now, you've done a great job. I know you've been in impossible positions. I know you and I disagree on some things. On other things, we totally agree. I need somebody who is not the face of law enforcement. Law enforcement should never become celebrity, ever. It's dangerous. That's a real principle that the president could come out and defend himself on and say, is there no one in the White House that could even come up with that, let alone actually believe it? Let me give you another. When I say you can't defend, he's leaving you defenseless. Let me tell you what happened with the Economist. And this one, holy cow, this one will make your blood run cold. I don't even know how to explain this one.